today going to talking about these. It's a portable power station basically. So what it is, it's got a lithium battery built into it, or different outputs. It's got a built-in inverter, and no surprisingly, these are becoming more popular. The first thing I want to talk to you about with these, not a lot of people know, or not everyone knows, is the safety aspect of them. What a lot of people realise is when you're using these at 240, using household appliances, air fryers, toasters, microwaves, kettles, that sort of thing, they're not earthed, basically. So what this means is there's a danger of electric shock. They won't trip an RCD, for instance. I've seen people using these, and in the 240 side, which is on the side of this one there, you've got 3 240 volt outputs. People just use these standalone, plug in an air fryer or something, and what they don't realise is that that potentially dangerous appliance isn't earthed because you're not connected to the grid. Now, I have seen people plug in a plug with a built-in RCD protector on it, but it still won't work because you're not connected to the grid, so there's no earth reference or anything to it. Now, I'll try and demonstrate that to you actually, if you can see it. This is called some people call it a Martindale, which is just a brand, but it's basically a socket tester. What it does, it checks your polarity, your earth, and make sure everything's working as it should do. So if we turn him on, so he's on there, plug in the socket tester. I'm hoping that you can see from here, and then activate the sockets. Okay, so yeah, this lid's pushing down on this a bit, so it's not great. So if you look at that there, it's just coming up with 2 lights. Okay, now you want 3 lights. If we take this out, and if you have a look at the things it shows you on the plug there, as you can see, your second one down, 2 lights, there's no earth. So this appliance isn't earthed, and this is because you're not connected to your grid. Now, if I do this, let's just put these together a minute. I'll explain more in a second. If I plug this lead, I'll explain the green wire in a little while, into here. And now I plug my socket tester into the extension lead. It's now showing a correct format. It's showing that all lights are on, which means the polarity is right, it's got an earth, and everything's as it should be. So if this was connected now, if you put an RCD socket in here and use an air fryer and there was a problem, it would trip. Okay, but I'll show you how and why in a second. Let's get rid of this a second. Just unplug that. So what we've done, when I can get it apart, so I've already taken screws out to show you, so that's why I'm having difficulty. So this bit here, that there, this is just a normal socket basically on a lead, but this one is slightly different. It's got earth tape around there, which I put on, and what we've done inside this end, we have connected the neutral to the earth. Now I know that might sound weird to some people. I'll just show you that, see if you can see that. There's a looping cable which goes from the neutral into the earth. So there it is, just loops. All it does is loops from your neutral, which is round there, and it goes straight round, and then it's dual connected with the other earth. What that does is, basically that's mimicking what happens back at the grid, because that's exactly what they do at the grid to supply an earth. Now, this is important. Why? Well, like I said, people are using these things without even realising that it's not earthed. It's not well documented, it's not talked about, but it's something I thought that I'd touch on because it is an aspect thing. Now, the other thing I was going to say is the safest way to use one of these is not to plug in your individual appliances. I mean, you would need this setup to be safe if you wanted to plug in individual appliances. Is use this cable here, this lead, plug it into the 240 on the power station, and then plug your electric hookup cable into this, because what that'll do then is all your sockets and everything in your motorhome, not going to say camper van because they've not all got them, but in your motorhome's got its own set of RCDs and everything's protected. So you just plug your electric hookup cable into here and that will power your whole van. It'll even charge your batteries and everything else. Now, this is a fairly big unit. It's a 2.5 kilowatt or 2,400 watts. It's got a built-in inverter. It's got several different outputs on the front, USBs. You can start your vehicle from it. It's got cigarette lighter sockets, all that sort of stuff. Just going to turn them sockets off for a minute when I find the switch. Let's turn it around a bit. So there you have it there. That's just showing you the stuff on the screen. I'm not trying to sell this or promote it or anything like that. There's loads of different ones out there. Everyone's needs are different. It's up to you which one you get if you want to go down that road. A lot of people are upgrading to lithium batteries. Now, the thing is, what people don't realise is you can go out and buy a brand new motorhome, 60, 80,000 pounds. And when it comes to your electrics, I'm not going to say in every case, but in a lot of cases, it just comes with the basics to get by, let's call it. So you'll have a 120 watt solar panel on there. You'll have a 100 amp hour AGM or lead acid battery in there. You'll have a normally cheap solar controller, and a battery charger and a DC to DC somewhere in the van, either in a combined unit or separate units. And it's basically the bare essentials to get by, and they do work. And you know, I had one for years and it was fine. Now, because of that, a lot of people are upgrading. Now, when you upgrade to a lithium battery from an AGM or lead acid, it's not just a straight swap with the battery. People think it is, and it isn't. It does depend on what you want to do, but normally your DC to DC charger is not compatible. The DC charger is the one that takes the power from the old state and charges the batteries. Some DC chargers have got a lithium setting where you can change the dip switches on it, so you need to look at that. And there's also a mains charger which charges your battery from site. Some of those have got lithium settings and some of them haven't. It does depend on the age of the van, but I've noticed some, I don't know, vans 8-10 years have got lithium settings, surprisingly. So you need to check that as well. Now, if you're putting an inverter in, you then need to go down with wiring. Wiring normally needs to be changed. Inverters, you need quite thick cables. It's quite expensive. They need to be crimped properly. It all needs to be done properly. It needs to be fused and protected correctly. It can get quite expensive. These, on the other hand, a lot of camper van conversionists are actually putting these in rather than a battery because everything's there. It's got your inverter, it's got your lithium battery, it's got various outputs, and on some of them, including this one, you've even got solar inputs. So I actually purchased this. I purchased this for two reasons. One, for my work, because I do habitational checks, and sometimes if I go to a storage yard, to a caravan or a motorhome, you can, 9 times out of 10 there's no electric available. I need 240 to test all the RCDs and everything else. Their leisure battery could be flat, so this has got my own built-in leisure battery, so I can test all the 12 volt circuits and everything using this, and that's one of the reasons I bought it, rather than carry around a leisure battery and a generator or, and all that sort of stuff. Actually, I'm glad I mentioned generators. A lot of people using petrol generators. This still applies. If you're using a petrol generator, it is not earthed. This still applies. So, you know, it's not just these, it's that as well. Petrol generators are not as common as they used to be because a lot of campsites don't allow them because of the noise. Even you get these like suitcase, and they call them silent ones, they're not, and they're not allowed on campsites. So wild camping people use them still, but it's still not earthed. Now, a lot of appliances you will come across as well, we're going back to the safety thing, they're double insulated. So if you look on the back of the plug, things like phone chargers, stuff like that, you'll see a box within a box. That's doubly insulated. You don't really need to worry about earthing. The chance of electric shock are minimal on those type of appliances. When using these in conjunction with solar panels, this one came, I bought her in a sale actually. I think I paid just over £1,000 with the solar panels, 400 watt fold out solar panels. And like I said, I bought it for two reasons. One, I use it for my work, for the habitational side of things, but I also use it when I go away. I recently did Upton Blues Festival. We're just in a field for 5 days. I had my solar panels, I had this in my garage, and I had my electric hookup plugged in, and I was powering my van. I even used the air conditioning for a little while because it got quite hot, which is 240, and that's fine. I put it on for half an hour. It took all the temperature out of the van. It used 700 watts per hour. So it didn't really have that. It took this down to about 70%. The solar panels run at the same time, and it was working fine. And we was there for 5 days, and I left there with 100% on air and 100% on my electric battery, which is great. So it's got its advantages in that way as well. But when you've got the 400 watt solar panels out, and you've got one of these, and you're using it in conjunction with your existing system, this will charge your leisure battery, your engine battery, because it thinks it's on mains hookup. You'll be getting your power from the sun in your 400 watt thing, and you'll also be getting your power from your 120 watt one on the roof as well. So you put all them things together, and it's a pretty tidy setup. And the other big advantage, of course, if you decide you want to do new motorhome, you can take this with you. Now, when I talked about people upgrading to lithium, sometimes you can be talking £3,000 to £4,000, even more. I've seen, depending on what system you want and everything else, it can be quite expensive. You can do it a lot cheaper as well, but a decent lithium battery, anything from £400 to £1,000 just for the battery itself. And this one's got one built in, and like I say, this was just over £1,000. The wiring can be expensive, but it depends what you want to do. Everyone's different. I think this is a fantastic addition, to be fair. Like I say, if you do use it as a standalone, get yourself a lead after, and you can just plug if you don't want to plug your electric hookup in it, you can put an RCD protector in there, and use the reference lead as I showed you, and you're fully earthed as well, just using an air fryer or a toaster or anything like that. So that will definitely work. We've actually upgraded to lithium on our van as well, but it's just something that I wanted to do. But we've got one of these and we use it all the time. And I'm not telling anyone that you should get this. I'm just saying a lot of people going down around, especially if you're lacking in knowledge, you've got to pay someone else to do it, which puts up the price even more. If you don't know what you're doing and you want extra power and you want to be versatile, then this is probably the way to go. And like I say, if you sell your van and get a new van, this goes with you. You haven't got to do it again. You've got one of these. You can use your existing system on your van, and this can move into your new van. So that's obviously something worth considering. Not too sure. I think I've covered pretty much anything on there. Any questions, put them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. There will be more stuff coming along soon. We've only just started doing videos, so it's far and few between because obviously we've got to work as well. But yeah, thanks for watching.